Righty ho, good evening and welcome aboard Austrian 51 Kilo. It's an Airbus A320 as usual. We're flying to Kefalonia in Greece today. We're flying the VOR Zulu approach for runway 32. We've got the airport just up ahead. We've actually got a direct to Kefalonia VOR now, and then we proceed on the arrival, which is basically an outbound leg at 155 degrees and descending, and then inbound leg descending to the field at 320 degrees roughly. So right now we're just coming through 12,000 feet. I'm just going to pop on the seatbelt signs for now. Actually kind of on our final approach track really, so we should probably set this up so it's actually 1,300 feet minimums. Set that there. Let's get the rest of the information from the ACAR, see which I've just got it all up to date. Just refresh the metas. It's 1009 2826 2803. Okay, so yeah, 28 here. Okay, we'll go into performance, activate approach phase and confirm. Okay, you can see there we've now got a standard RNAV screen. So actually RNAV approaches basically now sort of copy and paste themselves over VOR procedures. So we take a VOR approach and we fly it as if it were an RNAV. So yeah, we're basically going to be treating this as an RNAV. You can see we're on the just kind of descending down there. That's arm approach. There we go. Final laps engaged now. We've already activated approach here, so basically just going to be flying this VOR approach as if it were a localizer. So Kefalonia is at 8,000 feet or above, I believe. Just coming in below 10,000 feet, so we've got the landing lights on, runway turn off lights on, and nose to take off. And we're going to set the local QNH 1009, just so that we're descending on the correct profile the entire time. Good, so just coming in below 260 knots, a little bit speedy. We use medium auto brake. Let's check the runway information actually. Let's go in here and do the arrival calculations. Landing performance, LGKF, we're landing on runway 32. We've got good conditions, META is there and applied. Landing weight is going to be here somewhere. 4.8 plus 60.2, so that's 64.8 plus 2 is going to be 65.0. Low auto brake is not going to work. Medium auto brake will be fine with max manual. Okay, so we're going to use auto brake medium and maximum reverse thrust once the wheels are down. Okay, so now turning left, heading 155 for the outbound leg of the VOR approach. I'm actually going to try to turn down the spray brightnesses here. Terrain on, and I've got some terrain on the left of the field. Brightness. There you go, that's roughly at the same brightness now. So just setting down actually, just into that speed brake. Maybe pop out that speed brake a little bit more. There we go, we're going to be at 3,000 at that point, 3,000, 2,000 and so on. But we need to get the speed low. It could well be that we're going to throw the landing gear out just to slow us down a bit. Obviously not really planned our speeds very well here. The approach also hasn't really been planned properly from the point of view of the FMC, in that typically within this we would also have a deceleration phase, but I think that's going to be here. By the looks of it, we've got a red dot which is a decel point, so hopefully we'll actually decelerate there before the final turn. But that's because we've got a restraint here at 185 knots at CD 32, so that will have to be kept. Let's pop up the approach chart. So approach chart wise, particular really. After departure, climb on 321 radial to 3,900 and then turn left at maximum speed of 185 directly to the VOR, climbing to 8,000 feet and hold. The VOR is 115.5, and then we've got all the other frequencies in there as well. There's no air traffic control online, so I'm just going to put those out there. We're going to put flaps 1 in, so we can actually get that speed in. Let's check for air traffic control. Adria, and I think that's Hungary, so we don't need any of those. Kefalonia traffic. Austrian 51 kilo inbound on the VOR Zulu approach, runway 32. There we go, inbound now. Let's set flaps 2, speed is checked. And we're going for 185 knots, hopefully. So the speed's managed to sort itself out. We've got another airport over there, should we need it, I suppose. Looks like quite a big one actually, so what are we actually flying now? Airport LGZA, I think that's a Kinfoss. Yeah, that's a Kinfoss, so that's also a possible airfield where we could make an alternative landing. So let's just look behind here, let's just check that we've got the local QNH set, so it's 1008 now. Runway and light, we've got a green rotating beacon flashing, which is actually unrealistic because that would be some sort of landing signal. But you can see we've got the PAPIs there, so just coming around nicely. We're at our flap speed now. I'll select flap 3. Still on the glide path. So yeah, basically VORs fly the same as RNAV approaches really. So the key is we set our altitudes and we're basically using the check altitudes to produce a good glide path. So it's a 3-degree glide path here, the computer's basically doing this portion here, that portion here, and this portion here would typically be done by us, but we'll be okay for it. We've actually already got that in the plan really. So back to constraint mode, there we go, we've got 2,000 feet at FD32. Now the problem is here, obviously the VOR is not directly on the field or on the threshold, so we're going to have a offset localizer approach path basically. So you can see that there, we're going to have a slight right turn for the full final approach, which is perfectly normal for something like this. Lovely sunset though. Let's go and have a look at the cabin. I've got the Austrian Airlines cabin from Atarium. So we'd normally actually have the gear going down now. I should say the cabin lights should be dimmed really, shouldn't they? Can we dim the cabin lights? Gears down and we're established. We've got about 10 miles to go. Flaps full, speed brakes armed, gear down, 3 greens, auto brake set to medium, landing lights on, seatbelt signs on, and all of the other relevant lights are also active. We're on final runway visual. We could actually switch over to a visual approach now, but it's night time, so we'll take it lower until about minimum. Now the climb, missed approach was 3,900 I believe, and then turn left to 8,000, so we're going to go to 8,000 with a note at 39. Yeah, so we're fully established now, the RNAV looks stable.
$2,500.
deviate slightly to the right of track and just use the glide path for the rest. So very similar to the localizer approach at Innsbruck really. We've basically got a slight offset and then we've got this glide path which allows us to kind of keep on track. So again, that's our correct approach path there, just lining the runway up. 800, 700 feet per minute really. Ground speed is 144, so that's going to be 700 feet per minute for 3 degrees. It's 3.03 degrees, so slightly steeper. So just adjusting for that, just try to keep those pappies basically the right colour. Now dark, and I believe it's a slight upslope on the runway, just looking at this image I'm seeing ahead of me.
Minimum.
So we do actually need so you've got 50, 32, so it's actually a downslope away from us, so the runway is going to be actually looking a bit shallow, if anything. That's me just checking the charts on final, causing me to kind of flail around a bit left and right. Kefalonia traffic, Austrian 51 kilo, short final, runway 32. Pushing slightly down, we need to get that last pappy light. I can see there's an obstacle on final, but I'm not sure what it is. Okay, no obstacle. Right, looking at the green bar. Short runway and downslope, so I expect a slightly less than normal flare. And we don't want to overshoot too much. It looks like it kind of runs up and away, so let's just reduce that rate now.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 5.
Touchdown. Nose down and reverse full, hopefully. That's a full reverse. We'll hold that for a bit. Once we get into the yellow, we'll start manual braking. Okay, that's okay. Brakes seem to work okay. We used the right amount of run out. We need to turn around somewhere, don't we? So let's have a look at the ground chart. Looks like there is just a turning circle at the end, but normally runways like this we might get asked to vacate quite quickly, so I'm going to actually do an on-runway turn. So I'm going to go to the edge here. Going to full left hitter, including left brake. Something that we do frequently in small planes, it's absolutely no problem. And as you can see, also not a problem in large planes. We don't always need the full turning, and we don't need a full backtrack to turn around if we can actually turn around. Then we need to expedite exit, so a bit of power there, and we'll start up the APU while we're here. So there you go, APU startup. Check the landing rate when we got a moment, so let's have a look quickly. Follow flight, it was 176 feet per minute, 1.03 Gs. So that's perfectly okay for a nighttime landing. Typically will be a bit harder. And also, I didn't know the runway, I don't know if it slopes up or down, I can't really tell from here. So absolutely anyone's guess really. best we could go off is the side lights. Looks like we've got an exit here. Let's just look for the yellow lights. There's the yellow line. Follow the yellow. We follow the yellow always directly on the middle, more or less, he says, because that way we know that we're clearing the wind span. So let's take stand 2A. It's Jet 2 Holidays there. Go up to the line. Welcome to Kefalonia. Should have put the flap up a bit earlier, but oh well. Parking brake set. Engines are below 540, so turn that off. Give it to the ground services. Get some things attached, so we need forward stairs, aft stairs, deboard. And that red flashing light can go off now. There we go, lovely nighttime arrival at Kefalonia.